Uh, Hello, everyone. My name is Wilhelm. Uh, I'm just. I said I was going to be coming on at 1 p.m. and it's a little bit after 1 p.m. It's 4 minutes late. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if anyone's joined me. I know that once the notifications go out, it takes a few seconds, sometimes even minutes, before anyone actually knows that I'm live. I am alive. That's not going to change whether or not I do these videos. I'm still going to be alive. Alive with flavor. Yeah. Speaking of flavor. Oh. You gotta add a little touch of lime to your water. It adds that special tang that's just makes my day. I guess I should start off right on the bat with another apology. The first video that I did on this new iPad didn't give me a countdown, and that just threw me. This time I was prepared for that, but one thing I was not prepared for was this. I feel like I'm stretched. I'm caught in a space-time vortex or something. Maybe I'm being sucked into my own event horizon. But like, I feel like the aspect ratio of my body and my face is just off. I hit a button and I don't know what happened. My proportions got all stretched out of whack, and I couldn't turn it back. So for those of you who are just joining, my face is not normally this oblong. Oblong. That was a cartoon series, The Oblongs. It's good. I don't know what happened with that. If anyone knows, just shoot me a message, because it was really funny. It's one of those cartoons that was made for adults, and I think there's quite a few of those. Maybe they haven't gotten the proper audience they deserve because they're animated, and people maybe have I don't know, some sort of prejudice against animated shows. But that's just, oh, I got one person watching. Hello, Beth. I'm glad to see that you tuned in. What's the time? The time is 1:06. 1:06 in the afternoon. I feel like I'm a radio DJ. I could never talk that fast. No, I need to talk at a reasonable rate. Otherwise, my mouth just shuts down. Although Marjorie from my dandruff support group says that sometimes I do rattle off a lot, but she says it in a very kind way. I know that she means well. I was just, I got two people watching. This is, my audience just doubled. This is amazing. I wrote in my description, I don't know if I can see that on the screen here, but I wrote in the description that I have some big news. Hello, Beth. She says hello, for anyone not watching the comments. I was wondering if I should wait until a little bit more people showed up to have the big news, but I don't know what. I just noticed my hair. This, to be honest with you, not having access to proper hair cutting facilities is quite something. I feel like I'm still quite stylish, but yeah, it's also kind of accentuated by this rift in the space-time continuum that's stretching out my face here. It's okay though. It's okay. It looks all right. I don't want to be too vain, because vanity is a sin, I think. I don't know. I'm not religious, but if you spend too much time thinking about yourself and not about others, it's just not good. I don't care what religion you are. That's just a tenet of just living a decent life. Yeah, well, my big news is I may have another cat. I know what you're thinking. Like, may? How can you not know if you have another cat? Well, let me tell you the story. I was having tea with my friend Marjorie from my dandruff support group, who I mentioned earlier, at a safe distance in my backyard. So, don't go jumping to conclusions, because I'm being responsible in these pandemic times. We were having tea, and through my window, she pointed over and said, "Wilhelm, do you have another cat?" And of course, she knows Schrodinger. She's met him. She's petted him back when, we could meet inside. And there was a second cat that looked amazingly like Schrodinger sitting right next to Schrodinger. I couldn't believe my own eyes. And I thought at first that maybe Schrodinger had somehow, because of his namesake, well, he exists in two states at once. I thought maybe he had, self-replicated. That's not a word. Self-replicated, or maybe cloned himself. But I did notice that there was a slight difference between the two cats, although they did look very similar. And yeah, I may have another cat. I've never seen him. Maybe he snuck in the house and just decided to, set up shop. I've only seen him that one time when I was out in the backyard, and my house is not huge, so he's must be awfully good at hiding, or as we call it these days, social distancing. Kind of screwed up my air quotes there, but that's okay. Everyone's human. We all make mistakes. So I need it, even though I have this cat. I may have this cat, which is kind of cool because, kind of like Schrodinger, he exists in two states. I may or may not have a second cat. It's kind of scientific. I decided he needs a name, and I'm assuming it's a he. I shouldn't do that. That's very gender specific, I know, but I'm calling him a he just because that's the way I was grown up. I'm still learning the mechanics of gender and identity. I'm learning. We can always learn more. I'm assuming it's a he for now until I get information that proves otherwise. Or maybe I'll call him he sometimes and she other times, and his gender or her gender will kind of switch back and forth, kind of like Schrodinger. Schrodinger's gender. Or maybe they're non-binary. So there's lots of options out there. It's a spectrum. It's a spectrum, really. Anyway, for the time being, I'm going to refer to this new mystery cat as he. I thought he needs a name, and I thought because of his extraordinary ability to go undetected in my house, I thought I'd name him Sasquatch. Or Sassy Q. He's got lots of nicknames. I'm going to call him Sassy Q. Just because, he's great at hiding. He makes an appearance every once in a while that's kind of, like, oh, what's that over there? Oh, and you get your camera phone out and you try to take a picture, but then he's gone. So it's almost like, was that a figment of my imagination or what? But hopefully I'll have more sightings of Sassy Q in the future. I'm just happy to have another creature living in my house. There's lots of little. I see some little bubbles popping up on my screen. I don't know what that was. So Sassy Q is hopefully joining my family. I'm just really happy about that. What else can I talk about? Oh yeah, just this. My hair, as you noticed, is getting a little crazy. And the other thing that you may notice is what I referred to a couple weeks ago is just whiskers. Kind of screwed up the air quotes again. Whiskers is now approaching beard status. As I mentioned before, I didn't have any shaving equipment. I have remedied that situation. So I do have some shaving equipment that I could use. But to be honest with you, this is just so new. I'm just gonna see where it goes. Maybe I'll shave a lightning bolt in my face. You know, all the kids are doing that these days, I hear. Um, and you never know. I have options. It's good to have options in life. You know, just in general. Just life without options is just it's kind of terrifying. So if you don't have options, then maybe send me a message and we'll brainstorm and I'll find some options for you. And that reminds me, what's good name? Yeah, good name. I like that name too. Sassy Q. It sounds like hip, almost like a electronic music artist. Hello, I'm Sassy Q up here on the spinning DJs. Woo! Okay, well, I totally lost my train of thought there. I got caught up in like a rave. I was in a rave there for a second. I need some glow sticks. I know what I was going to say. It was just a reminder that if anyone ever has any questions, just type them on your screen or send me a message. I'm always by my computer these days because, I mean, who isn't? We're all inside and well, I shouldn't assume that we all have computers. That's my privilege talking, but technology is pretty pervasive these days. So most of us do have some sort of communications equipment or some access to the internet. I imagine. I hope. You know, that's a good point. I think access to the internet should be, you know, free and accessible to everybody. Maybe I'll start a petition, get that going. Government officials should be useful for something these days. Although I have no knowledge of what they do. Maybe they've apparently gotten some money to people, so that's good. You know, people need money to live. Capitalism, you know, it's kind of terrible, but it's the system that we chose, and until we change it, we gotta have money. Speaking of surviving, made a little segue there. Oh, the cap had stuck. Speaking of surviving, I recently found out that my normally chewable vitamins were either unavailable or discontinued, and I had to take vitamins that were not chewable. And I did not realize that at first, and I tried chewing it. And I guess the name chewable is a bit of a misnomer because they were chewable. It was just not a pleasant experience, that's all. I took the vitamin and chewed it, and it did not taste good. It was nothing like my chewable vitamin C's. Those are as tasty as candy. I have to limit myself. Otherwise, I just eat all this vitamin C, and you know that's no good because it just goes right through your body. Sometimes, you know, it gives you a stomach upset. I don't want to get, you know, too graphic with that, but you know, that Pepto-Bismol guy. That's all I'll say about that. But anyway, I had to eventually take these vitamins by swallowing them, and you know, it's something that you kind of grew up with as a kid and as a young adult, depending on how old you are. I actually forgot how to take a pill. I've been using chewables so often, I just put it in my mouth, I took a drink, I just kind of sat there, and I don't know, my swallowing mechanism just went out of my brain. I don't know what happened. I just kind of sat in my mouth there for a while and just kind of swished around, and then I eventually kind of just swallowed like that, and it also did not taste good. It kind of had dissolved a little bit in the water in my mouth, and I hope that's not too graphic for you, because it was not pleasant for me. I don't want to make it unpleasant for you either. I thought I saw. Oh no, I thought another comment came up. I was up to five viewers for a second there. My viewers have been coming and going, which is okay. Everyone has their own lives to live. Not everyone has time on beautiful Sunday afternoon to be watching me on my Facebook Live. I mean, we are social distancing, but that doesn't mean you can't go outside. You just have to be responsible about your distance while you're outside. 2 meters. 2 meters. That's about the length of, I was going to say an average person, but I'm not even sure how much an average person is. And I don't want to tell you 2 meters is the distance that light travels in, what is it? Oh no, now I forgot. 2 millionths of a second? I used to know. It's part of my scientist training. There was a meter in France somewhere, and it was the absolute meter, and it was defined as the distance that light travels in some number of seconds. It was a small amount, like nanoseconds or trilliseconds. I don't even know how small they get. They're not gigaseconds. That's the other way. Nano is small. Oh, Ren's watching. Hello, Ren. What was I saying? Oh, 2 meters. Yeah. So it's the distance that light can travel in some minuscule amount of seconds, and that's how much you should stay apart from people. But by all means, go outside. Enjoy this wonderful day. It's sunny. It's probably quite nice out. Oh, my hair. Let me just. My part is very important to me. And for those of you just joining, I am really sorry about how stretched my face is. I hit a button and then I couldn't unstretch it. I got caught in a vortex of some kind. The other thing that I wanted to mention, if anyone has any questions, I'll say again, just fire them off. I just love questions. The other thing that I wanted to say was I wanted to report on Fringe, because of course I am I'm backwards here. Here we go. Lower. There we go. Tilt. Oh, it's weird when it's reversed. I am a super fringer. And I just wanted to give an update. I know that lots of stuff is being canceled because of the pandemic, but as far as I know, as of this moment, the Victoria Fringe is still happening. Chances aren't good that it will happen, but I like to stay positive, and as of right now, it's not canceled. So in my head, it's still on. It's kind of like Schrodinger's Fringe right now. It can be on or off at the same time, possibly both. Although when August rolls around, it'll be one or the other. Can't be both. Yeah, it's kind of sad. I know a lot of touring artists. I met them last year when I was doing my lecture series, and they are just some of the best people around. Ren, who's watching, they are amongst some of the best people I've ever met. Ren lives in New Zealand, I believe. I think are they off the quarantine? Now I'm trying to think of world news events. It's just got my head all frazzled. But Fringe artists, I'll just say, are just some of the nicest people I've ever met, and I was just so tickled pink to be a part of that whole experience. My lecture series. I was even part of preview night. Me. I was up there just like I was an artist or something. It was crazy. Ooh, my hair. Gotta fix this. If anyone has any tips on using household items to make your hair behave, please send them. I'd be happy to hear. Ren, because you joined late, I don't normally have a beard. It's coming in kind of thick, and I'm just kind of wondering where it's going to go. Probably keep growing. Genetics. Let's see. I didn't have anything else specifically to talk about. What time is it now? It's 1:23. 1:23 in the afternoon. You're listening to Wilhelm. I'm not on the radio. I'm on Facebook Live. I don't know why I touched my ear like that. There's nothing in there. Oops. Ooh. I think people just in general, when you touch your ear, it makes you look like that there's someone talking to you on the other end, like a secret spy or a news broadcaster. Kind of like my favorite news broadcaster, who's not in Victoria, interestingly enough. He's a gentleman named Bob Herzog, out of Cincinnati. He used to do, or I found out about him because he did this video called Wake Up and Makeup, where he put on his makeup because he's on TV. I don't have any makeup on. This is sort of like TV, but it's not. It's not really. I just loved him so much. He just like kind of reflected my own positive energy back at me. He's just such a ray of light in these times where you kind of want something positive. Even before the pandemic, there's always something negative that might bring you down a little bit. And he's such a positive influence. I just loved him, and I've been watching him ever since. I found out about him about 2 years ago, he's just funny and always got good things to talk about, and raising people's spirits, like I said. There was a reason why I started talking about this, and I don't remember what it was. He listens to people in his ear. The director of his news show often says, wrap it up. Because he talks about stuff and keeps talking. Sometimes he likes to go off on tangents. I know about that. I love tangents. It's mathematical. And it's fun. Oh, I need some more water. Ooh. Okay, well, it's 1:25. I'm talking for about 20 minutes. I got 4 people watching, according to where is it? According to that little thing up in the corner, the little cyclops. If anyone has any questions, any of you 4 people, I know you might be a little shy, but just type me some questions. Otherwise, I think I don't really have anything else to talk about. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing quite well myself. I mean, my voice is a little today. I don't know why. Maybe I slept in my throat wrong. That doesn't even make sense. You don't sleep on your throat. I don't know. Maybe I do. I'm asleep. That reminds me, one time I was at the dentist, and my dentist asked me, "Do you grind your teeth when you sleep?" And I said, "I don't know. I'm asleep." He didn't like that. He thought I was being cheeky. I was just answering the question honestly. What is with this hair? I'm just going to leave it. It's going to do its own thing. That's a good lesson, actually, in life, is sometimes you just got to let it do its own thing and radically accept what's happening with the world or your hair, and just go with it. Like, you know what? I'm gonna part on this other side. No, it didn't even do anything. Now it's just, look how long it's getting. Maybe I'm gonna. Do I look like I'm a beetle? I'm a beatle. I'm just going crazy now. I was talking about radically accepting. It's a good outlook. It's just radically accepting things that are going on. I have some friends who do improvised theater, if you can imagine. They just make some stuff up. Just they don't make up, things. They just make up stories and scenes. And one of the tenets of improv is just go with what's there and accept things. And that's a pretty good philosophy on life, to just radically accept things that are around you. I'm going to radically accept that my hair is doing that. I hope you can still recognize me. I am wearing my favorite sweater. Yeah, my part is really important to me, but sometimes you just gotta part ways with the part. Marjorie would love that one. Marjorie is my friend from my Dandruff support group, for those of you just joining. But yeah, I've had a great time talking today. Even though there wasn't any questions, sometimes you don't get any questions in life, and that's okay too. I don't have any shawarmas or anything else to eat at the end, like the Avengers. I'm not an Avenger. I don't even think avenging is really that good a thing to do, because like just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I was a frozen princess there for a second. Yeah, so I'm going to let you go. That's a good segue. And just say, I hope you're doing well and adhering to the guidelines of life and accepting. Oh, someone just joined. Oh, Candace Woodland. Hello, Candace. A question. Ooh, and a burp. I had a question and a burp at the same time. A burpstrin. That's not even a word. Candace, what is your question? I know that you're probably busy typing. I have to fill in. That's what sometimes I saw on TV. When producers do this, it means just keep talking and fill up the space. So that reminds me of eating a sandwich, like a really thin sandwich. Or maybe if you're like eating a Twizzler, you could be the... That's just crazy. Candace sends a less than 3. It's a math joke, I think. And she also says hi. Oh, shit. What is my favorite sitting down dance move? And can I show it? Well, that's a tough question, because I do love sitting down and dancing. But that's another thing that I forgot to talk about. I am wearing pants. I know last time I was not wearing pants. I mean, I did have some decorum. I was wearing pajamas, but I was watching that a lot of people in these Zoom meetings and other networking, video conferencing, people are just not wearing the regular clothes. Some lawyers were showing up for court cases from their own beds. They were in bed and in court. They were in court bed or bed court. And the judges were like, I do not like that. You must wear clothes. So it kind of sounded like Bernie Sanders. I don't know why Bernie Sanders jumped to mind as a judge, although I think he is a good judge of character. The Americans are just keep missing the buck on that one. Just elect that guy already. You don't know what you're missing. Anyway, that's a whole other timeline, I'm sure. I am wearing pants. I guess I could stand up to show you, but, well, here, let me just... Look at that. Pants! I put on pants just in case my legs made an appearance, and they did, although it was kind of forced. Okay, what is my favorite sitting down dance move? Okay, here we go. I don't know if there's a name for this one, and it's going to be weird because there's no music. Facebook doesn't allow music on this. They're very, they have like an authoritarian regime on music. If you play music in the background, your volume just goes... They just cut out your volume. So I just, maybe I'll do a little beat. And I think this one here is probably my favorite. Basically just a little bit of a running man and a swaying to the other side. I also like to put a little bit of a head tilt in there. Imagine like the top of my head was attached with a rope to a central point. Kind of like a pulley system. Ooh, I could throw in a little shoulders there. That kind of surprised me. Sometimes it's funny to surprise yourself. So I think this is basically it. Some shoulders. a little bit of running arms, and a sway with tilt in the head. Thank you very much, Candace, for asking that question. She said, "Oh, Wilhelm, you are the flipping best." Thank you so much. I haven't flipped, although I have flipped out on occasion. You know, sometimes you just gotta flip out. I mean, my hair is flipping out. Look at this. Woo! And so I guess I've been talking for quite a long time, and my voice is kind of going on me. So I think what I'll do is I'll just say goodbye to everybody. Candace, thank you so much for that question. What a great ending. I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. And I will see you next time. I'm going to hopefully get on here. I don't know, every couple of weeks, maybe once every fortnight, as some people say, fortnight. That's an expression. It's used mainly in the UK. In the UK, I was doing an accent there, very poorly. But I hope it'll catch on over here because I like saying fortnight. Because I know all the kids are saying fortnight, and that means something entirely different. But in my vernacular, it means 14 days. Oh, and Candace says, I hope you have a great day with lots of dancing. Oh, yeah, I hope you have a good day too, Candace. And dancing is just, it's one of the ways to stay young. It's proven scientific fact. It helps you stay fit, stay healthy, and those are important things to do at any time, especially these times. So I will say goodbye, and I will hopefully see you within a fortnight, plus or minus, you know, because I'm a scientist, plus or minus a day or two, or the standard error, I think, is 1.6 for a fortnight. So maybe I'll round that up to 2. A fortnight, plus or minus 2. And I hope everyone has a great day, and I will talk to you later. I'm going to find the finish button, which I think is down here. I'm going to do like a kind of like a slow zoom, although it's not a zoom because I'm moving my face, not the camera. Bye, everybody.